with The Rock refusing to acknowledge a return to WWE and Nikki ASH being booed by those at live events. This is Wrestling Up. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report for July 26th. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Up and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. With CM Punk reportedly signing an AEW deal, Dave Meltzer spoke about all the signs that indicate Punk is with the promotion, saying this on Wrestling Observer Radio. I think that everyone knows that unless something falls apart, they're coming in. Because if these deals were not already close, if not already done, and there are signs that both are done, but I cannot confirm because no one in the company will confirm them. There are moves being made that wouldn't be made unless Punk was coming in with Danielson. I cannot say I know of any moves being made that confirm Danielson is coming in that I know of. Punk is expected to appear at their event in Chicago as we'll have to see if he makes his AEW debut sooner. Kayla Braxton used to work as a ring announcer for NXT, with her even doing backstage interviews. Now she is hosting shows for the company, as she said on the Not Sam Wrestling podcast that she was not comfortable with ring announcing. I have to be honest with you, and I'm very open about this. Ring announcing is not something that I want to do. It's a skill set, and I think I did fine with it, but it's a very difficult job, and those that do it well every week are just incredible. They make it look easy, but it is not an easy job. Coming from a broadcast background, I've never used my voice like that. It definitely took some time to find my voice, but ring announcing probably is what helped me become a better host, like hosting The Bump. You learn how to go on the fly and interact with people. It definitely made me a lot quicker. I'm grateful for that phase of my time in WWE, but I'm grateful that it is behind me now. With Charlotte Flair previously being a 14-time champion, WWE chose to no longer recognize her NXT and women's tag title reigns. On For the Heat, Eric Bischoff said this was great news for Flair. Well, I get that though. I get it a lot. And if I'm Charlotte Flair, I'm smiling all the way to the bank. Do you know what I mean? Talk about job security. If somebody makes the conscious decision, oh, you know, she is already at 14. We've got a couple more before we hit 16. How can we make more money doing that? Haha, I like that. If I'm Charlotte Flair's money manager, I am smiling. That's good news for her. After losing her title to Miss Money in the Bank Nikki ASH, Charlotte is certainly looking to get her belt back. Speaking of Nikki, she is now the Raw Women's Champion, with many fans hopeful that this could be the start of a great championship reign. Still on Wrestling Observer Radio, it was noted that Nikki is not being taken seriously by fans in attendance when it comes to live events. The notable thing, both nights worse in Pittsburgh than Louisville, but I was there both nights, is that Nikki Cross, the superhero gimmick that everybody loves and everything, it's not working for the house show crowd. They don't take her seriously. She was actually booed in Pittsburgh, not heavily booed, but booed. Louisville, I didn't hear her being booed, but I heard the same come out and got a nice reaction. And then once the match started, people didn't want to see her. They just see, and no surprise, they see Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair as big stars, and Nikki is an intruder in the match. And also, since she's the champion, she ends up winning. She has to win. But that was the one notable thing from everyone I heard from both nights, was that the Nikki Cross thing was not working. You wouldn't know that from TV, so that's that. If these reactions continue during televised events like Monday Night Raw tonight, it could lead to a change in champions or even a change in Nikki's on-screen persona. A report came out a few weeks ago that Senior VP of Talent Development in WWE, Canyon Kamen, was out of the company, but WWE denied it at the time. Now his release has been confirmed, as Dave Meltzer said. He's gone this time. The writing was on the wall a couple weeks ago. There was a story that broke that he was out and that he was being replaced by Laurinaitis. In fact, that was going on. I don't know. The decision was made and many people knew about it. He was gone, and was told to me like when he was gone and then not gone was that he's gone, but he's not gone yet, but he's going to be gone. They wanted to do it in a way where it's funny because so many people get fired there and they just get fired. With Canyon, they were letting him go and they wanted to do it in a certain way. Like he would know, like they gave him a couple weeks. He knew he was going to be gone. AEW partnering with Impact and New Japan has created many opportunities for stars in different promotions. Of course, one dream would be WWE and AEW having a crossover. As Kenny Omega said this about it on the Wrestling Observer Radio, the one huge crossover, will you ever see WWE team up with anybody? Who knows? I feel as the world evolves and changes and time goes by, people become more open-minded to everything. Whether it be the wrestlers themselves, people in the office, the fans, I wouldn't hold my breath, but at the same time, I would never say it's impossible. While it seems very unlikely that WWE and AEW would ever work together, what do you think it would take for that door to open? Be sure to let us know in the comments. Sticking with Kenny Omega, the AEW Impact and AAA Mega Champion talked to the Wrestling Observer about being able to put himself out there and fail miserably, and how he loves the added pressure of fans who want him to fail. I'm willing to put myself out there and fail miserably. I think it gets me excited, though there are a handful of people that are just waiting for me to fail and then cheering for me to fail. But then on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have a large group of people that look forward to these new performances, these new challenges. And for those people, and for the sake of that promotion and the sake of my own promotion, because I represent AEW, I want to knock it out of the park. The people that want me to fail, you know I love that pressure. I don't know why, but I feel like when there's no pressure, you're not getting the best of me. So to get out there and do all these things, to try and even behind the scenes, to try and get in touch with these old contacts, to try to sort of be a bit of a bridge between companies, and these are all challenges that get me excited to do some work. In some tragic news, wrestler Brian Blair's son Brett was found dead at a construction site at the age of 29, with it suspected that he was murdered. As the Observer noted, "I wish I knew what happened. He was murdered and he was found in a construction site a couple of days ago. There's no answers. There's no clues that I know of, and I heard from Brian Blair a couple of times today. It's just a horrible, horrible story that he's going through. His entire family is going through it. I feel so bad. Brett, who was named after Bret Hart, was 29, and there's not really a lot more other than it's been a horrible, horrible period. This is a tragic turn of events, as we hope the killer is brought to justice, and we wish Blair the best during these times." During an interview with ET, The Rock was asked if he could tease anything about a potential return to WWE. As Johnson said, "There's nothing." While it seems like a foregone conclusion The Rock will be coming back to the company, this answer seems to put that theory into question. One man that is interested in Rock returning is John Cena. As he told ET, "Dwayne Johnson is a star in his own universe. There is no one like him. There will never be anyone like him. For him to be gracious enough to return to WWE, its own global entertainment phenomenon, that's great for WWE and it's great for The Rock." Cena recently made his return to challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal title with the match set for SummerSlam. The plan rumored for The Rock is to have him face Roman 2, which could happen at Survivor Series or even WrestleMania. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.